with Stephen Taylor this Saturday, 7:30 p.m. on Deen Channel here on Starsat, as I sit down with MMA EFC fighter Faeez Jacobs. Now, you might have heard of it, you might have heard of mixed martial arts, you might have heard of EFC. What is it all about? We'll catch the show this Saturday, 7:30, right here on Deen Channel. Talking Point with Stephen Taylor. Repeated Monday, 10:30, and of course Wednesday at 2:30 in the afternoon. Talking Point with Stephen Taylor. I will see you there. Make sure you are interacting with the show at Stephen Taylor SA on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So welcome everybody to Talking Point with Stephen Taylor. It's good to have you along today, and today joined by a guy that'll probably kick me and murder me. Faeez Jacobs, what's up, brother? Good to have you here, man.
Good to be here, good to be here.
So tell me about MMA. Is that what you call it? MMA, mixed martial arts?
Mixed martial arts, yes.
EFC fighter. Tell us about you, man. Tell us, are you from Cape Town?
I was born in Cape Town. I've moved many times, so there's no real answer to where I'm from. I grew up mostly in the Cape Flats.
Okay.
But I also lived all over in Alderburg, so like Somerset Western.
All right.
All over, and
Okay.
then yeah, southern suburbs also has been quite a big part. So yeah, among all the schools in all the areas, I'm from Cape Town.
Okay. And tell me about growing up in the Cape Flats and like some of the challenges that you had growing up. Were there any?
Yeah, there was quite a bit. You know, growing up on the Cape Flats, there's you know, you see examples of things, and it's the kind of behavior you observe. You tend to think that's the only way. You either work for the council,
Yeah.
you either use drugs, or you get involved with gangsterism, or you get a job as a casual at Edgar's or one of those shops.
Yeah.
So the options are very limited from within that area, but fortunately enough, my mind got broadened early. So MMA was the route for me to follow.
But wasn't there any peer pressure growing up, like to take drugs, to join a gang? I mean, was there anything like that?
Yes, plenty actually, plenty.
Okay.
There was, especially in the high school area.
Yeah.
With regards to that, my upbringing was I always had my parents with me.
Okay.
So I wasn't neglected and just allowed to do as I pleased.
Okay.
So I had a curfew, and if I was mingling with the wrong crowd, I would know immediately. So I was well looked after.
Okay.
So
did you get a club when you were growing up?
I did get a lot of clubs.
Oh, really?
And the sloffy. My grandma's like a ninja with a sloffy. Like she can find you anywhere.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And do you think that that it taught you something, knowing that like there was that boundary, that if you push the mark that you're gonna get a clap, that it kind of taught you discipline in a way?
Yes, and it taught me self-restraint and not to succumb to peer pressure.
Yeah.
Because at a young age, I was already like, okay, I have to go home now because my parents are calling me.
Yeah.
So then that was established, that boundary. So when I needed to say no for something, I already had the practice with saying no. So I was not someone that could be peer pressure.
And when you know that 1, 2, 3, when 3 comes,
oh yeah,
things are gonna happen. So
no, it's like there's a.
I think it's
in
important.
the vocal tonality.
Yeah.
So you're Faeez,
yeah,
and then Faeez,
and then you know, But I think it's important. I think it lacks in today's society. Now there's so much like talk of human rights, and now you can't hit your child, you can't do this, and I mean, discipline in a way has gone out the window.
You know what I've seen in some of these areas, kids this high, this tall, probably 10, under 13, 13 years old, and they come off the field. The field is now obviously the drunkards and the druggies. They go around a corner, and then that's where they do their thing. And to see kids that age and they're coming around the corner, you can see what they've done. Like, I mean, his eyes red,
Yeah.
he's clueless as to what's going on around him.
That's sad, eh?
And he's not even developed. Some of that kids, they stay that small. It's a horrible thing to see. It really is. And it's a lack of people not caring about one another. Because as far as I've heard, when your neighbor's children did that back in the day, you smacked them on the back of the head and you let your neighbor know what's going on. I don't know how things work.
Things have changed drastically. Like even in schools now, there's no real discipline anymore. So we're in a tricky situation. Because what is our future generation going to be like? And I know that being an MMA, EFC fighter, I'm sure that taught you a lot of discipline. About yourself as well. You learned a lot about.
And you know, when it comes to a lot of these kids, especially in my family situation, when I'm out in that area and I'm visiting, because my gran has a house there and she's been there for like 25 years, so that's sort of my home base.
Okay.
So going back there, I like to invest and play with the kids, and I'll teach them. Like I've got a boxing bag hanging, and I'll teach them a little bit, and they can sort of feel that there's more to it. When they're fighting with one another and competing with one another, no, you're on a team. I let them know that they work together as a team. We do drills, like we'll do skipping ropes.
Wow.
So that's something that's near and dear to my heart.
And Ringa Rosie? Tell me, man, so you're 23 years old now.
Yes.
Did you go to college? What school did you go to?
I went to Dara Arkam Islamic High. Basically, Mitchell's Plain Islamic High for most of my high school year. I changed and I went to Austintots Holland as well.
Oh, right, that side.
That side. Okay. And then I changed back in the same year, went back to Mitchell's Plain High.
Sounds like my school career. Wow.
Moving around.
Because then you just make friends and you're just like, okay, cheers, I'm going.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow.
When I was in primary school for the first 7 years, I changed every year.
Wow.
Every single year. I never went to the same primary school for 2 years in a row.
That's hectic.
It was quite entertaining. I got to mingle with lots of traditions.
Did you have lots of girlfriends?
No, I wasn't that guy.
Okay.
I wasn't that guy.
And now you are?
No.
Can you pass some numbers? So when did you realize that you want to fight?
I was 16 years old.
Wow.
I was 16 years old, and I got into a backyard brawl.
As you do.
MMA gloves, and then
As you do. Growing up in the plain.
That wasn't actually in the plain. That was in the Alderburg.
Oh.
Yeah.
In Somerset West. Did they throw apples at you?
No. There was quite a crowd, though. There was quite a bit of people. And the rules were fight until first blood.
Yo.
It was very intense. Very intense. So
that's hectic.
It was, and I fought a guy that was fighting Province at the time, and then he was like, listen, I do MMA, come join my gym. And then I was like, okay. And I went once and I couldn't stop thinking about it. I was obsessed. I never felt emerging talent come from myself in such a way before. Like I never, to feel called to something. It was so beautiful. It was a beautiful moment.
So EFC is a South African equivalent of UFC.
Yes.
Is it the same kind of thing?
It's almost exactly.
Okay.
I'll say 92%.
And I see that some of the EFC fighters have gone on to do things at EFC or UFC. How does it work? So they put you in a fight. If you don't win, then obviously then you come back. Or
there's multiple ways of.
So they have talents looking here.
They have scouts.
Scouts.
They have scouts. Yeah. So they're obviously watching everybody. There's different ways of getting involved with the organization. Some people, they just scout you. They're just like, okay, listen, come to the big show. Then there's also something called the Ultimate Fighter, where they take a bunch of people, like 16 men, and one contract is on the line.
Oh, wow.
So then they fight through an elimination tournament.
So similar to like a Royal Rumble.
No,
but it's real.
Yeah. And it takes place over like a month.
Okay.
The EFC is actually also literally released theirs where they had 16 guys from all over come in and all over the world.
Sure.
And then it was an elimination tournament for a contract. So
is that what you were involved in?
No. I got scouted by the corporation just from my amateur days. Yeah.
So you sign a contract, you work for EFC then?
Yeah.
Oh, that's quite cool.
So I can't just go and fight in any organization.
So tell me, so EFC, the brand has kind of taken off in South Africa. It took a while for people to understand what it's all about, and people might not know that like MMA is obviously different to boxing, different to karate. What is the difference?
There's huge differences. In terms of karate and boxing.
It's like a combination of both.
Yeah, but then add wrestling in there, add judo in there, add jiu-jitsu in there, add the kickboxing.
So you learn all of that?
You learn all of that.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm a student of the game. I'm trying to learn as many martial arts.
So that's why they call it mixed martial arts. Makes sense now.
Whatever you can use to whatever you can bring in that cage to take your opponent out is what you are. There's no limits. You're only limited by the imagination.
Do you do research on who you're fighting? Is that important?
Yeah, 100%. What I find is that a lot of people are stuck in a pattern. So once you start to pick up on that pattern, there's certain weapons you can use to
not real weapons, right?
No, real weapons. No, this is a weapon.
I know that.
These, all of them. If headbutts were legal, I'd be headbutting people too.
Oh, you can't?
No headbutts. Headbutts are not legal. No eye gouging. No pulling in the nose. No grabbing gloves. No grabbing shorts. If someone's a grounded opponent, meaning their knees, 3 points, basically their knees and their hands are on the floor, you can't knee them to the face. So they have to be basically on one knee or on their feet.
Sure.
So then knees and kicks to the face are legal. Elbows, the 12 to 6 elbow isn't legal. Everything else legal.
Okay.
Yeah. So
and your name is what? Troublemaker?
Troublemaker.
Where did that come from?
My principal's office.
Oh. Okay, makes sense. Okay, what was your principal's name? Do you remember?
Yes, Sheikh Dawood was his name. Sheikh Dawood. He was actually a very cool guy. Like,
have you seen him after school?
I have. Okay. I have. I went to do a little motivational speak at school.
Okay.
And that was very cool to me because I was the worst.
So he invited you back?
I went to see him.
Okay.
I went to see him and I let him know that I'm a grown up now.
Yeah.
I know when I was in school what I was.
We were all naughty in school, man. I mean, you know.
When I'm saying I was bad, I was bad.
Really?
I got expelled from school in matric.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I got suspended many times.
So you did your matric though?
I did. They allowed me to write.
Okay.
Half the year I couldn't be there at class. So I was not allowed.
What did you do, if I may ask? Should I not ask?
It had something to do with the school bell. The school bell went missing. The other school bell got cut.
Oh wow!
And the principal was running around with a whistle. And that was the end of that.
That's funny, man. Okay. And but you grew up obviously after that, and now you look back and are you? Would you say that you're ashamed, or like would you embarrassed by what you did? Would you do it again?
I was. If I had to live it exactly over, I'd do it exactly the same.
Oh really?
I was struggling with confidence. I was struggling.
Were you shy?
I was insecure.
Okay.
I was remarkably insecure for 18-year-old.
Do you have mom and a dad, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, I do. I was just I was good at pretending to be confident, but my self-worth wasn't there. So I got stuck with bullying as a kid. And,
oh really? Or were you bullied?
I was bullied through the whole. Okay, only high school I started standing up for myself.
Physical or verbal?
Physical, verbal. I've had some nasty things done.
Sure.
Nasty. I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
I was standing in the line once.
I was bullied as well, so I'm anti-bully. So
yeah. So
I should come train with you then.
We can get all these bullies.
Yeah.
So I'm standing in the line, waiting to go into class. And there's two guys, they're friends, and they obviously, I was quite small and skinny, so they were much bigger than I was. So I'm just standing in the line, and the two of them have a rope, and the one standing on that end of the rope, one standing on this end of the rope, and they run towards me, but I don't see it. I don't see it until the last minute, and before I realize, the rope catches me in the gut, and I'm in the air, And they're busy running with me in between this rope.
That's insane.
And for some reason, they decide to spin me and they just let me go. And I'm mid-air, flying through the air, boo, 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 I fall on the floor.
And there was people obviously watching.
And people were watching.
That's a big joke, and everyone's...
Yes, I stood up, and...
That's what I don't understand. It's not a joke. It's people's lives that are being messed with.
It's horrible. It is a horrible thing.
A lot of people have committed suicide from being bullied. I mean,
and people have even gone to school and shot people.
Yeah.
People have, and people think it's funny.
It's not.
It really is terrible.
And then when people share it on Facebook and Twitter, I mean, I see some horrendous things on social media, and I just go, what the hell?
Yes.
Like, why is this funny?
But it's also, what are those kids going through?
Yeah.
That they think that kind of behavior is normal.
I mean, it affected me as well, my self-confidence and believing in myself. And only in later years, like probably you as well, you realized, okay, but I'm better than that. I am something, you know. I can't go out in the world and be something, and you've done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. So this is how the high school bit ties in though.
Yeah.
When I was feeling that feeling of fear, that crippling feeling that I've been put in over and over again. When I was being mischievous, when I was taking a risk, that feeling would come up. So that fear feeling would come up all the time. So I stopped wanting to be crippled and paralyzed by it. So I started causing the fear to come up on purpose, so that I could overcome it continuously. Yeah. Now, catching on being a little bit naughty or a lot naughty was what brought that feeling up.
Was just you acting out from being bullied?
Yes. Yeah. So to overcome that feeling, I started to do things that would beat the feeling, continuously beat the feeling, and eventually once I started gaining self-confidence. And through martial arts, I started to reflect and realize all these things, because I didn't realize what I was doing at the time. But once I reflected and that kind of, I started to pick up what I was actually doing, I felt no shame for it, because what I was then and what I became, to see that shift I actually care. I actually care about people. I want to invest. I want to give back to the community. Myself and my coach, actually, we run a community at Rosmin Primary.
Where do you train?
I train in Summerley. It's one Summerley Road. It's in Kenilworth.
Okay. Can I come join you one day and bring the crew, and then you come show me how we do it? Can we do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Then me and you can take on each other. You can show me how it works.
I can show you how
all the rules.
We can do some shadow boxing.
Is that what you call it?
I won't actually punch you, but we can shadow fight. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Well, maybe. Be gentle. Okay. You're the troublemaker, so...
I know where to put it.
No, yeah.
Like maybe 10%.
Are you going to watch WWE live? That's coming, I think, soon. So,
as a kid, I always loved WWE. As a kid,
I also loved it, like Brock Lesnar, Undertaker.
Yeah,
those were the days, right?
It was amazing. Like I used to watch it, and I was drawn into it. So just.
Even though some of it is real and some of it is not, but it was entertaining.
And the athleticism's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
those guys trained, eh?
Yeah.
Like you guys do, they train as well. So yeah.
They have to, and you can see by their physiques.
Yeah.
Some of them they probably train 5-6 times a week.
Yeah. And The Rock is like, he's a legend, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Look at him from there to there. It's like, and the way that he is. Just,
he did it well.
Yeah, he did.
He did it well. I see John Cena's starting to be in movies now as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's following the game plan of
not as good as The Rock.
No, but...
Sorry, John. We got to get you back. See, everything's falling apart here.
Yeah.
It's a live show. I'm just teasing. But listen, brother, thank you. Where can we find you on social media?
You can find me on Facebook, Troublemaker Faeez Jacobs. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram, Faeez Jacobs 101.
Is that your phone number?
No.
Okay, Faeez Jacobs 101.
Yeah.
Cool, brother. Thank you very much for your time, man. And we'll come and join you. We'll come and check it out.
Yes. The team, you get a nice sweat and you release some frustration, and then you'll become addicted to martial arts.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So we're going to check out one of his previous fights from the EFC, preferably one that he won. So we'll check out one of those. And check it out, The Troublemaker. Check it out. So welcome back to Talking Point with Stephen Taylor, and there we go, Faeez Jacobs doing his thing in the EFC, in the ring, in the cage. Just absolutely amazing seeing him in action, getting to speak to him, and now seeing him in real life doing his thing, just absolutely amazing. So Faeez, thank you very much for coming in on the show. Absolutely amazing, of course, see him again. Check out EFC on social media and see when he will be in action again. Go and support him. Go and check it out. He does travel around the country, so go and check that out. So lots of great things happening. As I said, of course, earlier in the show, WWE Live coming to South Africa. I'm going to be going to check that out. Looking forward to that. Growing up with it, watching it. Yeah, it might be real. It might not be real. That's not the question. It's just about experiencing. So I'm going to be there. I'll check you there if you are going to the Cape Town one. And talking about things to check out, of course, make sure that you are checking out the Cheese and Wine Festival. If you drink wine, so be it. If you don't, you can check out the cheese. It doesn't really matter. And go and experience that, all right? So it is happening 27th to 29th April in Cape Town at Sandringham. If you are going to be in Cape Town or traveling down to Cape Town, it's something that you might want to put on your list to come and check out. And if you want to do that, if you want to check it out, I have a double ticket for you to go and experience it, all right? For the 27th, the public holiday, that is. If you want to experience that, if you want to check it out, make sure that you are getting onto my Facebook, my Twitter, and my Instagram. At Stephen Taylor SA is where you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. At Stephen Taylor SA. And just tell me that you want tickets to the Cheese and Wine in Cape Town at Sandringham, 27 to 29 April. And I'll make a winner, right? I know it's going to be very difficult, but, you know, enter, I'll choose a winner. Tell me why you really want to go. Maybe you've never been before. Maybe you want to take the family. Maybe you love cheese. Maybe you like wine. That doesn't really matter, all right? Tell me why you want to go, and I'll give you a double ticket, all right? At Stephen Taylor SA on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram is where you'll find me, at Stephen Taylor SA. And go let me know why you want tickets. 27 to 29 April, I will be there checking that out because I love a good cheese, you know. I mean, there are so many amazing cheeses that I'm just like, I can't even go right now. Want to go van kaas, elke dag. So yeah, man, listen. It's been a great show. It's been another great episode. Thank you to Francois. Thank you to Bjorn, Faisal, and everyone else that is involved with the show. And thank you mostly to you for the kind messages that I do get on social media. I do try and respond as much as I can, as quickly as I can as well. If I don't respond to you, just know that I have read it, I have seen it, and I do appreciate that, all right? So at Stephen Taylor SA on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And, of course, make sure that you are interacting with the show. Thank you to you. Look after yourself. God bless and take care.